In today's class, I will discussing about the inductance of single phase line, inductance of three phase line, transposition, GMD and GMR. Now, what is line inductance? Inductance is a property by virtue of which a circuit opposes the change in the value of varying current flowing through it, while the resistance is the circuit opposition, the flow of both steady state as well as the varying current. The inductance causes the opposition only to varying current. Inductance does not cause the opposition of steady or direct current. In case of transmission and distribution lines, the current flowing is alternating in natures. The effect of inductance, in addition to that resistance, is therefore to be considered. The opposition of the flow of alternating current owing to inductance is viewed as a voltage drop. It is well known factor that the current carrying conductor is surrounded by a large number of lines of force or flux. In case of alternating system, when the alternating lines of force or flux cuts the steady conductors, then rate of change of flux occurs, and due to that reason some inductance will be developed inside the conductors. Thus, for determination of inductance of a circuit, determination of flux linkage is essential. Now, the inductance of a single phase two-wire lines. Consider a single phase line consisting of two parallel conductors A and B with radii of R1 and R2 spaced d meter apart from each other. So these are the two conductors. One is conductor A, another is conductor B, and the radius of conductor A is R1, whereas the radius of conductor B is R2, and the distance between two conductors is D. Now, conductors A and conductor B carry the same current, that is IA equals to IB in magnitude but opposite in direction, as one forms the return path for the others. So one conductor is direct path and another is the return path, so the direction of two current for two conductors are different. The inductance of each conductor is due to internal flux linkage and external flux linkage, and the following points are the vital for the external flux linkage. Number 1, a lines of flux produced due to the current in conductor A at a distance equal to or greater than D plus R2 from a center of the conductor A links with a zero net current. As the current flowing into conductors A and B are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Next point, flux lines at a distance D minus R2 link with the current I, and those between D minus R2 and D plus R2 link with the current varying from I to 0. As a simplifying assumption, it can be considered that all the flux produced by the current in conductor A link at all the currents up to the center of the conductor B, and that of the flux beyond the center of the conductor B does not link any current. So, by the help of the assumption, the calculations and result obtained are quite accurate, especially when D is much greater than R1 and R2, as it is usually in the case of overhead transmission lines. So, because in case of overhead high voltage transmission line, distance between two conductors are very large compared to the normal conductor lines. Based on the assumption, the flux linkage of conductor due to external flux can be determined by the idea. Now substituting the D2 equals to D and D1 equals to R1, thus the flux linkage of the conductor A due to the external flux only. So psi A external equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into I log E D by R1 Weber turn per meter. The flux linkage of the conductor A due to the internal flux only. So psi A internal equals to half I 10 to the power minus 7 Weber turn per meter. Now the total flux linkage of the conductor A, psi A equals to the combination of external and internal. So that is psi A equals to psi A external plus psi A internal, and that is equals to the summation of this plus this. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 I log E d by R1 plus half I into 10 to the power minus 7, and the result is that 0.5 plus 2 log E dr1 into I into 10 to the power minus 7 Weber turn per meter. Now the total inductance of conductor LA equals to psi A by I, that is equals to 0.5 into 2 log E d by R1 divided by I into 10 to the power minus 7 Henry per meter. So that is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into under bracket 0.25 plus log E d by R1 bracket close Henry per meter. So the final answer is 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 log E d by R1 to the power minus 1 by 4 Henry per meter. The product R1 to the power minus 1 by 4 is known as the geometric mean radius or GMR of the conductor, and is equals to the 0.7788 times of the radius of the conductors. So that is the scaling. Let it be represented by R1 dash, where R1 dash equals to 0.7788 R1. Therefore, LA, that means the inductance of conductor A, equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 log E d by R2 dash Henry per meters. Similarly, inductance of conductor B, that means LB, equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 log E d by R2 dash Henry per meters. Now, the loop inductance of the line is the overall inductance, that is the inductance of L plus summation of inductance L and summation of inductance B. So here L equals to LA plus LB, that is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into under bracket log E d by R1 dash plus log E d by R2 dash. If R1 dash equals to R2 dash equals to R dash, the loop inductance of the line is given by L equals to 4 into 10 to the power minus 7 log E d by R dash Henry per meter, and that is equals to 0.4 log E d by R dash millihenry per kilometer. Now the inductance of three-phase overhead lines. So inductance of three-phase overhead line is explained by the help of these diagrams. Consider, that is the unsymmetrical spacing consideration. Consider a three-phase line with conductor A, B and C, each of radius r meters. So here there are three number of conductors A, B and C, that means three-phase triage system. Let the spacing between them D1, D2 and D3. That is, D1 is the space between the conductor A and B, D2 is the space between B and C, and D3 is the space between A and C. And the current flowing through them is IA, IB, IC respectively. So the flux linkage of the conductor A due to its own current IA and other conductor current IB and IC, that is IA equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into under bracket IA log E into 1 by R1 R dash plus IB log E 1 by D1 plus IC log E 1 by D3 Weber turn per meter square. Similarly, psi B equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into under bracket IB log E 1 by R1 R dash plus IA log E 1 by D1 plus IC log E 1 by D2 bracket close Weber turns per meter square. So in case of psi C, that is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 IC log E 1 by r dash plus ia log e 1 by d3 plus ib log e 1 by d2 bracket close Weber turn per meter square. So there is the changes here, the ia, ib and ic. For psi a the current starting from ia, and for psi b ib, and for psi c ic. And in the system, if the system is balanced, then ia equals to ib equals to ic equals to I in magnitude. Taking ia as a reference phasor, the current are represented in the symbolic form of ia equals to I, ib equals to I into under bracket minus 0.5 minus 0.866, and similarly ic equals to I into under bracket minus of 0.5 plus j 0.866 bracket close. Now substituting these values ib and ic in the expression for psi a, we get psi a equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 I into bracket under bracket log e 1 by r dash plus log e root over of d1 into d3 plus j root 3 log e under root over of d1 by d3 bracket close. And LA equals to psi m by ia. So that is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 under bracket log e 1 by r dash plus log e root over of d1 into d3 plus j root 3 log e into root over of d1 by d3 bracket close Henry per meters. Similarly for LB, that means inductance of conductor B equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 under bracket log e 1 by r1 plus log e root over of d1 d2 plus j root 3 log e into root over of d2 by d1 bracket close Henry per meters. And inductance of conductor C, that is LC, equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 bracket close log AC 1 by r dash plus log AC root over of d2 d3 plus j root 3 log e into root 3 d3 by d2 bracket close Henry per meter square. Now the term transposition. What is transposition? The unbalancing effect of on the account of irregular spacing of conductor is avoided by transposition of the conductor shown in the above figure. So this is the A, this is B, and this is B, and the change in position in second case. In first position, the starting from the serial of the conductor is A, B, and C, and in case of second position, the order is C, A, and B, and the position 3, the order is of the conductor is C, B, C, and A. So in practice, the conductors are so transposed that each of 3 possible arrangement of conductors exists for 1/3 of the total length of the lines. So the total length is divided into 3 sections. That is first section L by 3, L by 3, and L by 3. The effect of transposition is that each conductor has the same average inductance as given by L equals to LA plus LB plus LC divided by root 3. So that is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 under bracket log E into 1 by r dash plus 1/3 into under bracket log E root over of d1 d3 plus log E into root over of d1 d2 plus log E into root over of d2 d3 bracket close plus j root 3 by 3 into log E root over of d1 by d3 plus log E root over of d2 by d1 plus log E root over of d3 by d2 bracket close Henry per meter. So transposition is easily observed in these equations. Now the answer is, if we solve the equation, then finally we can get 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 log E into 3 root of d1 d2 d3 divided by r dash Henry per meters. Now a problem. Calculate the inductance per kilometer of a three-phase overhead transmission line using 1.24 centimeter diameter conductors when these are placed at the corner of an equilateral triangle of each side 2 meters. Now the solution. Here the conductor radius r equals to 1.24 divided by 2. Because here the diameter is 1.24, so the radius is 1.24 into 2 centimeter, that is 0.62 centimeter. Now the geometric mean radius r dash equals to 0.7788 r, and this value is we can already consider. So that is equals to 0.7788 into 0.62 centimeter. 0.62 is the value of r, and so the geometric mean radius r dash equals to 0.4829 centimeter. Now the spacing of conductor D equals to 2 meter. That means if we convert the meter into centimeter, so that is 200 centimeter. Now inductance per phase per kilometer equals to 0.2 log E D by R1 millihenry. So 0.2 log E 200 divided by 0.4829 millihenry, and the answer is 1.205 millihenry. Now the second problem. Determine the inductance per kilometer of a three-phase transmission line using 20 mm diameter conductor when the conductors are situated at corners of the triangle with a spacing of 4, 5 and 6 meters. Conductors are regularly transported. Now the solution. Conductor's radius r equals to 20 by 2, that is 10 millimeter, that means 1 centimeter. Now the geometrical mean radius r dash equals to 0.7788 into 1. So the formula is 0.7788 into r. So the value is 0.7788 centimeter. Now the inductance per phase L equals to 0.2 log E d1 d2 d3 to the power 1/3 divided by r dash millihenry per kilometer. So if we putting the value of all parameters, then the answer is 1.29 millihenry. Now the term GMD. What is GMD? GMD stands for geometrical mean distance. It is the distance between the equivalent distance of the conductor. GMD comes when there are 2 or more conductors per phase used as in the bundle conductors. Next, GMR stands for geometrical mean radius. GMR is calculated for each phase separately. Each of the phases may have different GMR values depending upon the conductor size and the arrangement.